What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Today I'm going to change things up a little bit and give you guys a little gear review. I'm going to break down some of the baddest spinning rods on the market. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. To start off, some of you guys may know, but I actually started building my own fishing rods, and I still have a few that I've built and I still make a few, and it was a very cool skill to have. But I recently started trying out manufactured or companies' rods just to get a little bit different feel. And also they come with a warranty, which is tough to beat sometimes, but just to see what's out there and get a perspective of what's on the market, and what better way to do that than to pick up a G.Loomis NRX Plus. I grabbed a few of these. They're supposed to be the baddest rods on the market, especially for finesse fishing. And a lot of the times when I'm on Lake Lanier, or out on Lake Lanier, a lot of times I am finesse fishing. So I always have something tied on these rods, but I'm gonna walk you through two of the rods that I picked up and we'll go from there. But again, this is strictly a rod review. You guys can see here, I've got the Shimano Vanford 2500 on both of these rods. I'll do a review on those at another point, but I really just wanted to talk about the rods. And I've had the ability to fish with these now for about, I would say 2 to 3 months. I've caught a lot of fish on both of them, and I'll just give you the run through. This is a G.Loomis NRX Plus. I believe these rods retail for about $650, which is extremely expensive. If I'm being bluntly honest, it's ridiculously expensive, especially for fishing. You do not need these high-end rods to go out and be successful fishing. I want to make that abundantly clear. You can go out with a $100 combo and catch fish. The difference between a rod that is $650 and a rod that, say, is $100 is it's going to give you a couple of key features. The first is going to be sensitivity, and with this rod here in particular, you can feel every little pebble along the bottom. The next thing that it's going to give you is a good warranty. All G.Loomis blanks or rods come with a lifetime warranty, which is really cool. So they stand behind their product. Obviously, they think they build the best product. That's why the price point is so high, and they're going to stand behind that if anything matters. I would say the third key feature of a high-end rod is the quality of the components and durability. These rods have some of the best guides on the market. Again, like I said, I know because I've built rods. I've built tons and tons of fishing rods over my lifetime so far, so I know the quality of components, and this rod has extremely nice components. These guides should be extremely durable. They shouldn't bend. The rings, the inserts should not pop out, and that's part of the thing that you pay for when you buy a $650 rod. Also, the quality of the blank is another thing that makes these rods extremely durable. I know that there were very, very minor issues with the NRXs, the generation before these, but they have now called the Spiral X, I'll show you guys here, which is basically just a way that they build, or a technology that they developed to build the blanks to make it much more durable up the blank. Those are the three reasons why these rods are so expensive, or at least why they claim to be so expensive. So let me show you guys here. This is the NRX Plus 872S jig worm rod, as you guys can see there. So this is the first one I picked up. It's a 7-foot 3-inch extra fast medium power. This one's rated for an 1/8 to 3/8 ounce lures or 6 to 12 pound line. A lot of times, guys, that is more of a gauge or a reference to go off of. Most companies get it pretty close to right, but sometimes it can be off a little bit. So after using this rod, I would say that that's pretty close to accurate. This 7.3 version, again, the 872, I would be comfortable even throwing up to a 1/2 ounce lure on this. So it's rated for up to 3/8. I would say it's more geared towards a little bit heavier lures. I would say the 1/8, if you were gonna throw an 1/8 ounce on this, it would be pretty tough. I would stick to the lowest I've ever gone with this is a 1/4 ounce, and That's probably the lightest I would throw. It's a little bit heavier, I would say, than what that rating is for, but most of the time I'm throwing anywhere from 1/4 to 1/2 ounce lures anyway, and that's why I bought this rod specifically, so that fits right into the wheelhouse of that. As you guys can see here, I've got an underspin rigged up. That's one of my favorite lures. I believe this is a 3/8 ounce. But the main reason I bought this rod is to throw two things: shaky heads and small swim baits. I often fish a shaky head on rock and in brush. As you guys know, on Lake Lanier, that's one of my favorite things to do. And then I also like to throw swim baits as well. So I would classify this underspin as a small swim bait, something like that. And then also throwing like a 3/8 ounce with a swim bait as well. And that's what I bought this rod for. Like I said, it's performed perfectly. The quality of the rod is fantastic. Love the Cork handle, as you guys can see here. Absolutely beautiful rod. The blue thread wraps really stick out. The detail in these, these fine details, again, are something, like I said, from building rods that I take notice to, and it's pretty cool. But in terms of throwing the lures that I want it to, this rod right here, like I said, the 872, is extra fast, and I would absolutely say it's extra fast. This rod bends pretty much in the first, like, you guys can see here, this rod bends like the first foot, maybe 2 feet. And for a swim bait, that's okay. For a shaky head, it's fantastic, I would say. I would tend to use this rod more for bottom baits, maybe, like I said, a shaky head, maybe a finesse jig, techniques that, again, are on the bottom contact. You have all that sensitivity, and because it's extra fast, you can really get a good hook set on those single hook baits. And fighting the fish, fantastic. I've never had any issues. So just being honest with you guys, is it worth $650? I'm gonna say no. So that could be pretty controversial right there, but I'm gonna say that it is not worth that amount of money. I think you could buy a $200 or $300 rod and catch 99.99999 fish of the fish that this rod does. Again, it's a premium rod. It feels great. The handle is great. As you guys can see here, it's got some carbon fiber. It's got cork. It's just a clean looking rod. But at the end of the day, it is very expensive. And again, for half the money, I still think you could get a rod that does everything. And I say everything that this rod does. So that's up for you guys to decide. The other rod I got here in this NRX, Plus, as you guys can see here, still NRX Plus, this is the 852. So let's read the specs here. This is a 7'1", extra fast medium. So it's actually rated the exact same as that other rod, but I think it's different. And I'll explain that in 1 second here. But 1/8 to 3/8 ounce lures and 6 to 12 pound line. Still got the Spiral X technology. Again, it's still a G.Loomis NRX Plus, $650 rod, premium top of the line, same components, same everything. Like I said, the only difference is this is an 852 instead of an 872. Still a jig worm rod, but it's 2 inches shorter than the 7.3. And I already went in depth on that one, in my opinion on that. After 2 or 3 months of fishing with this, this is the rod. I would say this is my favorite. I would say a good step above that other rod. This rod, as I mentioned, is still a medium. However, I believe this one is rated properly. You could throw a 1/8 to 3/8 ounce lure on this. It says extra fast, but I would rate this rod more of a fast action. You can throw a number of different baits on this. You can throw swim baits, you can throw top water, you could throw jigs, shaky heads, small jigs, shaky heads, flukes. You could even throw weightless Senkos on this rod. So in my opinion, this is the rod, if you're gonna go out and get one, that I would get personally. As you guys can see here, super nice rod, very premium components, same as the other one. Again, same as the other one. This one, in my opinion, is just leans more towards fast versus extra fast in the action, which I really like. and then it's also a bit lighter as well, so I can throw smaller baits on this, which is exactly what I bought these rods for, was finesse fishing. So check them out. This rod right here, is it worth $650? That's gonna be up to you, but I would say go get one. Absolutely go get one, try it out for yourself. I think it's worth it. If you're a premium tackle junkie, this is the stuff for you right here. This is one of the best rods on the market, and I don't think you can go wrong with this. You're gonna feel everything, you're gonna catch all the fish, and you're gonna feel good and look good while doing it. So go pick up one of these NRX Pluses. Like I said, 852 would be mine. The 872, I don't want a dog. Like I said, still a phenomenal rod, but I think this one's better. I do think this one's better. Another pro tip that I'm gonna add in this video is, as you guys can see here, these rods come with Cork. Cork is definitely a premium product for the handle type, but what I do to preserve my corks is I actually use a cork sealer. And when I get my rods, before I use them ever, before I use them, I will take them and I will put a cork sealer on every piece of this cork. And it actually will seal the cork, preserve it, keeps it from the oils and the dirts from your hands and from the boat and the fish slime. It keeps it from penetrating the cork, as well as just preserves the look and the longevity of your cork handles. Also, if they ever do get dirty, go ahead, if you just take a sponge or just like a magic eraser, get it a little wet and clean it, all of that dirt and grime will come right off. Like I said, that sealer creates a barrier so that all of that stuff doesn't soak into the cork. It'll keep your rods looking like new for a lot longer. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. These are the baddest rods on the market for sure. I should say at least the most expensive. And go check it out. Go get one. Go try it out for yourself. If you've tried them before, post it in the comments. Let me know if you liked them, if you didn't like them. But if you enjoyed this, give this video a like, share it with other people. Let's try to grow this channel to 1,000 subscribers, guys. I would really appreciate it. But thank you all for the support. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.